Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Board Game Geek Show for February 1st, 2019. I'm your host, Scott Alden, and once again, I'm joined by my lovely co-hosts, Steph Hodge, Chas Marler, and Lincoln Damerst. Hey, everybody. How's it going?
Hi, everyone.
Hiya.
How's everybody doing?
Good.
Excellent.
I'm really good. BGG has turned 19 as of January 22nd. So, yeah, 19 years ago, started Board Game Geek. It was an offshoot of a website called 3D Game Geek, for those really old schoolers who remember that. I don't think anybody does. But yeah, so it was a video game website, and I turned it into a board game website, and that's the history.
And that's
Done.
all she wrote.
That's it. Done. Yeah.
They grow so fast,
Yeah.
Scott.
They grow so fast. No, it's hard to believe. It's I think it's the longest job I've ever had in my life.
By far, I would imagine.
Yeah, by far. I've only ever worked at one place for 5 years and then left. So I broke my limit by like 14 years.
It's pretty good.
Cool. Well, hopefully everybody still likes the website. We hope you do. We've been working on it quite a lot. Me and Chaz here, actually working on a new feature. We won't announce it yet, but we got something coming that's pretty cool.
I saw you had in your announcement about the 19-year anniversary a link to the original announcement post on Google Forums or some weird place, and it was like, we put up a website to start tracking session reports. It's like, wow, the site's grown a little bit since then.
It's changed a little bit. Yeah, so that was Neil Carr from the Metro Gamers, Dallas Metro Gamers. He's one of the guys I met when I first moved to Dallas, or when I moved back to Dallas, I should say, and got into gaming pretty heavily, and he's a philosopher. I've never met anybody who's a philosopher by profession.
I thought you said he was a velociraptor. Wow, okay.
He's both.
So the first 100 or actually I think I counted up to about 500. The first 500 games in the Board Game Geek database was my collection, his collection, and Dirk's collection. So all of our collections make up the first 500 games. And Neil was very good at putting in his games and doing session reports and stuff. So it was cool. It was fun times back then. It was different. A lot smaller, you could kind of know everybody who was into board gaming, which is kind of weird now. No, it's not possible. So, yeah, things have changed a bit.
Did people have to submit photos to be uploaded to the Geek when you started to have them?
Everything was added manually.
Okay.
So, or by the team, right? So it was like me, Dirk, Neil. I'm trying to remember if we had another person back then. I don't remember, but I think the three of us were basically just cutting and pasting and putting things in. And no one could add, edit or, it was very just we controlled all the content. So we were asking people for content, like session reports and pictures and stuff. And finally I was just like, why don't we just let people do it themselves, right? Because it was just, there was too much stuff coming in and we couldn't keep up. So we just added the user system, as it were, which was, gosh, I don't remember the years, but yeah, there's a link on the front page of BGG right now. That's the happy 19th anniversary or whatever. And there's some links in there to some old geek lists that documented every feature on the website. He kept track of everything when it was released. So
wow,
you can see the evolution of it over the 19 years.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Because documentation is better than my memory, because I don't remember when things were added or
yeah, no, of course.
updated. It's all And it wasn't until, I think, 2 or 3 years into the website that it moved from a server under my desk at home to a real rack system.
You'll have to check the documents on that.
It didn't even move to an internet provider. It moved to a office. So one of my friends had an office space and they had internet, and we just put a rack in there. One rack. One computer. Now then we turned into our own physical hardware where we owned 25 servers.
It was a lot of stuff.
Something like that. Hundreds of pounds worth, and all downtown Dallas. And then when was that? A couple months back in August.
I think it was August. Yeah.
Before I went to Essen. It was before I went to Essen, August, September, something like that. We moved it all to the cloud. So now we own no physical hardware, which is kind of crazy.
That is so crazy.
It's the archive, the BGG archive. I know there's various iterations of servers in there still.
There are many. Every time a server died, we would pull it out, put it in my garage, and now it's technically it's not in my garage anymore, but it's down at the library. So we have hundreds of pounds of servers sitting around doing nothing.
The graveyard.
So if anybody knows a good way to get rid of those things.
Can we just do big Minecraft servers, like a giant Minecraft thing?
Well, where are we going to put them?
We could just get a better internet connection for Jeff's hangar and put them in there.
Yeah, put them in the hangar, and we'll have Minecraft all day and night. We did that for a while, actually. We played on one of this old servers.
I remember destroying Jeff's building. I did not really do that. That was someone else I won't mention. Went in and put in all the explosive blocks and blew it up. It was terrible, actually. And funny.
Oh, no.
I think we reverted to a backup. We saved it. As you may notice, W. Eric Martin is away on assignment again. This week he was on WNPR's Colin McEnroe show, which the episode was called It's All Fun and Board Games on this show. So that was the name of the episode. And you can find it in the link below.
It'll be in the corner.
It'll be in the corner or below. Where you can listen to him being interviewed, and also along with a couple other people, Aaron Dean, the author of the upcoming book For the Love of Board Games, and the future curator, manager of the a board game museum coming to St. Louis. There's lots of information on there. Also, Matt Fantastic makes an appearance and talks about how to design games. It's almost an hour long episode, and they talk about Monopoly a little bit and talk about the mind, of course, as Eric does, and yeah, go check it out. It's really fun to listen to.
That's cool. I have not had a chance to listen to it yet, but I do look forward to doing it soon. Maybe on my flight with Eric to Germany. Actually, I think I meet him in Germany. So.
Right, you're leaving next week for the Spielwarenmesse
2019. Yep.
No,
it is Spielwarenmesse.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Which is the international toy fair in Nuremberg, Germany. 15 convention halls, something like that, filled with toys and games, as I recall.
It is very big, and I saw very little of it last year because we were mostly centered on the board game section, which is two floors of the same building, I think. Plus, we went out to some of the other places because Haba's in one of the children's toy sections. It's amazing, and it's huge. And we will be putting all those videos on our new BoardGameGeek Express channel on YouTube that is expressly for putting our convention previews. And that'll be the first shows to debut on there, and they'll come up pretty soon after we return from Nuremberg.
Yeah, so if you want the 100 or so videos that Lincoln and Eric are going to be recording from there, which is basically the first look of all the German games that are coming out over the years, subscribe to that channel.
Yes.
In the link or button or actually, you can make one of those corner things.
I will. I'm going to do the same thing, a little eye, and you could add in the stuff. Yes.
Yeah. Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's exciting. Have a good trip.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
We probably won't have a show before you get back.
Yeah. Well, no, that's the plan. This episode will appear as I'm in the second day of filming, I guess. So we'll be my feet will be very tired at this point next week. Yeah, it's definitely there's not a lot of places to sit.
Oh. We forgot to get you you got to get one of those little portable stools that you can just carry around.
Oh yeah, that would be.
Can you get one of those?
I could see. I could try to find. Maybe
get someone from Germany to pick them up.
Backpack. You can have it as a backpack.
I will have a backpack.
Push a button.
I will have a backpack with all the gear. It's crazy. We both. It's funny. Anytime they ask me, "Would you like some water or something to drink or to sit down?" I always say yes because there's no place to sit and there's. All the food places are just slammed. You can't get... Maybe if you go early, I don't know. But every time we went by, it was just completely packed. And they offered snacks at places. I was taking everything. I never do that, but I think I wouldn't survive if I didn't. Yeah, seriously.
How to survive at a Spielwarenmesse.
Oh, it's crazy. It really is crazy.
Well, I would suggest get one of those stools. I'm serious.
I will see if I can.
If you can.
Yeah.
Like those little museum stools. You've seen them,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. The little folding ones.
Yeah. We also got a new piece of hardware, gear, camera that does 360-degree videos. So hopefully we can get some footage from the show. Because nobody really knows what that show looks... You get like a little kind of porthole to the show, but you don't get to see how massive it is. So that should be exciting.
Yeah.
That's really exciting for me. I've never been.
We actually only did that one little bit at the end of the BGG show last year after we were in Nuremberg, where we were up above and you could see, I think it was like Cosmos below us, and so you could hear one of the, as they say, carnival barkers attracting attention. It's weird because it's a busy convention, but you don't see anybody. They're all, there's plenty of people around, but they're retailers and buying games and ordering for the year. That's where they see what's coming out for this year, and especially like Christmas stuff is already in there. For this coming Christmas, so close to us right now.
Gotta go Christmas shopping right away.
That's right.
Gotta prepare, man. The flood is coming. Gotta get the orders in.
I literally just took down my tree today.
Oh my gosh.
Well, at least it'll be convenient for you to put it right back up. So you have it right there.
Yeah, it's time. It's next week.
It's next week. I gotta put it up again.
Is it a real tree or artificial?
I have an artificial one because then I can keep it longer.
Absolutely.
And I just love all the lights so much that I just keep it up for a long time.
That's good.
Makes me happy.
Yeah, so a reminder, everybody, if you haven't gotten your BGG Con Spring tickets, there's still some available. The hotel rooms are still available, but they're going quickly. So if you want to come to BGG Spring over Memorial Day weekend, May 24th to 27th, please join. Everybody here, I believe, is coming, right? I think.
That is the plan so far.
I wouldn't miss it.
Plus Rodney Smith, plus I think Rado is coming. Pretty sure.
Oh, cool.
And I think Rich Summer, maybe. So there's a couple of tentative special guests there. And of course, we do have the Spiel des Jahres judges jury coming to teach the games that will be nominating in May for the Spiel des Jahres, Kinderspiel des Jahres, all those Jahreses.
Those jars.
And, I know it's not Jahres, it's Jahres. I have a hard time remembering that J is a Y in German. So apologies for my pronunciations. And we hope to see you there. We also have the cruise coming. And please check that out. It's all on the front page of Board Game Geek. Click on events, or we could click one of these things.
Okay.
It's hard to coordinate my arms in a mirror.
Yeah, I'm not even sure.
Yeah, so we'll have links to that in the description and all that stuff. So hope to see you there.
I think it's that corner.
So let's move on to everybody's favorite segment. What have you been playing?
My God,
did I do that right, Chaz? Steph, what have you been playing?
Oh my gosh. Oh, everything I've been playing. So I'm actually my ever since the end of 2018, I had to get that last bit of learning to get my 500 new to me games played. So this month has been really low, and I've only learned like 11 games or something, which is really low.
Only 11.
Right. Well, last year was 500. It's like the 11 is kind of, is compared. But anyway, I've been playing a lot of Yokai Septet, which just got delivered to Kickstarter backers, I think, in the past couple of months or so. And everybody's been wanting to play it, which is great. It's a trick-taking game from Ninja Star Games. They redid it a little bit from a Japanese game called Seven Nations and Seven Symbols, or Seven Symbols, Seven Nations. It has all the rainbow colors in it. It's really pretty. And so obviously I'm right drawn to it because I love trick-taking games so much. And this is a partnership game, which is awesome. And you're just trying to collect the number sevens because there's 7 suits and seven symbols, basically. So they range from like 0 to 7 and then 7 to, 15 or whatever it is, 14. So it's a trick-taking game and partnership, and I love it. And everybody's been loving it with me, so it's awesome.
So is it 4 players only or 6?
It says 3 to 4, but I'm pretty sure 4 players is what you want to play with anyway.
Yeah.
I don't really know of a partnership. Yeah, I mean, unless you're all playing for yourself with 3 players, then it might work, but I don't know. I haven't tried that. So
how long does a game of it usually take?
30 minutes. It's usually 3 rounds is standard, or best two of 3. If you have 2 good hands in a row, you might win. So, but standard quick filler type card game, very easy to play and learn, and I love card games. So actually, Aldie, aren't you talking about a card game for your game?
Am I? I think that was a joke, actually.
I think Lincoln put that one in there.
Lincoln stuck a game in there for me because I had not updated the spreadsheet yet. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I thought that's what you were playing.
Wait, did I talk about Wingspan already, Lincoln, last week?
Rodney did.
Rodney talked about Wingspan. Okay, I sort of played, I guess it's not really a card game, but it's I don't know, how do you describe this game? It is kind of a card game. You have cards, but the cards are basically the lords and ladies of the time in obsession, which has best been described as Downton Abbey, the board game.
Oh, wow.
Oh my
So
god,
basically-
I love Downton Abbey so much. Oh!
Yeah, you should get this game because it is a gamer's game, and you are controlling a family in the world of this lords and ladies, and you're having social events, and you're going to play croquet, and you're doing all these very thematic things that are,
Oh
having
my
tea
god.
and looking at artwork, and you're trying to build your reputation up so that the very, very influential lords will come and join your family, I guess, and give you lots of prestige. Of course, having good prestige, having lots of money is very important in those societies. Now, you can have Americans come and join you, which will help you get some money, like an heiress or something from America. But they're very tacky, so they bring your prestige
sully your
down.
reputation. Awesome.
They're sully your reputation, so you kind of want
my
to use them, and then at the right moment, just flush them, dismissed, gone. But when you're sipping, you can have a tea party and invite them, and they'll spend a lot of money or contribute money to your building up your.
Oh my god.
So
there's so Downton Abbey.
It's really down. You basically have a hand of cards with all the people in your family, and you have your core family, and then you have all your courts. I don't know, people who are around you, and then you have a place where you're building up your kind of your manor, I guess. So you have all these special rooms and all these special events, and it's very cool. Lots of game there, and check it out. Obsession. I think it was Kickstarter. I did not back the Kickstarter, but I pre-ordered it on their. I just went to their website and ordered it, and I got it pretty quick. So, Obsession.
Oh yeah,
Obsession.
I will definitely
Really
have to look at that one.
What have you been playing, Chaz?
Well, my game wasn't designed by Jane Austen. Mine instead, I've been playing a game by Rob Daviau. I've been playing a whole lot of Betrayal Legacy with a game group of mine. And this has got me...
Very jealous.
Oh, yeah. This game has got me even more excited and hyped up than the chocolate bar that I had for breakfast. It's difficult to talk about this game, of course, without giving away spoilers, so I won't go into the nuts and bolts. But I will say that what I did with this is in the game group I introduced it to, I have one of my best, oldest friends is in that group, and he loves legacy games. So I actually, when I introduced it, I took tape. I covered up the name of it and everything because I didn't want them to know it was a legacy game. I just introduced it as we're going to explore this house and see what happens, and told them the general mechanisms. And we started playing it, and then the first haunt happened. I broke out the books and gave one book to the trader and the others to the other book to the other people, and they kind of instructed how that's going to work. And it went over really well with my group. We've gotten together and played it twice now, and both times we've played it and then played something else. And then as we're kind of trying to pick another game to play to round out the day, the group has said, I know we've already played it today, but can we play the Betrayal Legacy one more time? So
It's always a good sign.
Yeah, exactly. And it's been a lot of fun.
It's gonna keep them interested and want to play more and more.
Exactly. Next time, I'm just going to bring the box and only let them look at it just to wet their.
Yeah, really.
It'd be didn't bring the game.
An exercise in
sorry.
frustration. Yeah. Just the lid. Well,
Hey Chaz, did you look under the insert yet?
Oh, yeah. There was actually...
There's always the stuff under the inserts.
When I opened it up, there's this little piece of paper sticking out from underneath. They actually made a tab to entice you. It's what's this little tab? I know it's stuck.
Oh, it's nothing.
Yeah. So, yeah, they have some really neat surprises in there that I've been really enjoying.
Oh my gosh.
that's cool. Well, I played 2 card games. I played Fine Sand from Friedemann Friese, 2F Spielwarenmesse Stronghold, which I love. It really is it's not deck deconstruction, but you're just trying to shed your cards as quickly as possible. And it's challenging. And we haven't even played, I've played it 3 times now, I believe. And I've always played the base game, which is great. But I'm dying to dig into the Fabled cards because we just took a peek at a couple of them, and wow, they were just fantastic. Oh, I know.
I'm like 3 in, and it's so exciting, and I just want to play more and more.
And the other card game we played was Kashgar from Gerald Hecht and Grail Games. It was a 7 or 8 year old Cosmos game that was never done in English, surprisingly, because it is a fantastic game. The way it works is you have 3 it's not what are they?
They're tracks,
stacks.
right?
Yeah, they're stacks of
right.
cards.
So you have a couple cards. One that is your
Tableau builder.
Caravans. Are they caravans?
Yeah, they are caravans, and they have a leader card that is either one that lets you draw cards or one that lets you dig through the discard pile when you flip it over. So if you choose to flip it over, that's all you're doing. You put it at the back of the stack, waiting till it gets to the front. But you're basically just cycling through one card at a time in each of the caravans, and you're hoping to move along to be able to gain the resources to complete contracts because you're on the Spice Road. And it is really great, and I'm actually surprised it took so long to come out in English because it really deserved a release. It's not too long after Dominion, let's say, as a deck builder kind of a thing. And it's not really a deck builder because it sort of is in a small way. You don't have a ton of control about getting rid of things. And mostly there is a tremendous amount of luck in what you draw, but it still is really great. And it was another one that we were dying to play as soon as we were done with it. It's really great.
Yeah, we've been talking about Kashgar for many years.
I know.
In fact, I think I might have even made an English version.
You did.
Way before the English version came out. But we never got around to it, unfortunately.
There's a lot of text in that game, so you can't just pick up a German copy and go to town. I mean, if you want to do the paste ups, then it works much better. But it's great that it's available now. So.
By the way, I should mention Obsession was designed and art by Dan Hallagan. So
wow.
Congratulations. That's pretty cool.
Here, I thought you were going to talk about Hearts, and I got a whole bunch of Hearts trivia and stuff.
I know.
The questions all queued up.
I'm so sorry.
I haven't played Hearts
thought you were
in
going
20
to talk
years.
about Hearts.
Well, we can talk about Hearts. Let's do a classic game. Why not? Let's add a new segment. Fire away. I haven't played Hearts in 20 years. It's a trick-taking game, right? And you shoot the moon? Is it that one?
That's really why I thought you were going to say about it.
I was going to ask you if you have the Queen of Spades be negative 13 points, if you have the Jack of Diamonds actually be the doubler, or the plus 10.
What'd I get for putting a joke in there?
I did research while we were getting set up.
The reason why I put it in there is like Scott usually has some sort of a dungeon crawl or something, some deep game, and for him to do Hearts would be awesome.
Well, I haven't played it in a long time, but I have played. What's the remake of Dragon Master? Dragon Master was kind of a Hearts variant, so, and the new version from Restoration, which I'm drawing a blank on the name.
It's with an I, isn't it?
Indulgence.
Indulgence, yeah. So that's a Hearts. Well, I haven't played Indulgence. Played Dragon Master, but I remember them both being variants of Hearts. So there you go. It's a Hearts sort of game, I think.
It's very different.
Very different.
It's a good try though.
Yeah. Okay, so let's in Eric Martin's stead go on to news or did we get everybody? Yeah, we got everybody. Let's go on to news and new releases. And I think the big news of the day was that the Asdor nominees for Games of the Year came out. I'm looking at the list here. We've got for the main award Treasure Island from Matago, Shadows of Amsterdam from Libellude, Solenia from Pearl Games, and The Mind from NSV and Pandasaurus.
I've actually played them all. Woo!
Not surprised you missed 500 new games.
I know. How do you not have played every important game?
I know we'd be
in the expert category. I haven't played two of the three.
I don't feel you should be allowed to say I've played them. You should only be allowed to say I didn't play that one.
Oh,
that would be a much smaller subset. So,
I suppose.
There was also an expert award nominee for Detective from Portal Games, Keyforge from Fantasy Flight Games, and Spirit Island from Greater Than Games.
Wow.
Yeah, that was
Fable's Nexus
2000. Yeah, I think Fable Nexus is, but it's 2017. But it must have just been released in France this last year. But all of those games are great. I've not played Keyforge, but I know Scott has been wanting me to play it.
Yeah, Keyforge is great.
I can't get the base one, so one of these days we'll get it.
You know what? I don't think you need the base one because the rulebook is so drastically different now than the rulebook that's in the box for the Keyforge base set. I mean, the Keyforge base set box with the rules will get you going, but if you get into the game in any real depth, you're going to want to print out the main rulebook anyway, which has just been re-released. I just read the new one, so yeah. So Keyforge has a big rulebook, so you don't really need the base set, but I get it. You kind of want it all in one box. But yeah,
I thought it was just a little pack of cards.
There is a box set though that has stuff. You know, there's a starter set with
tokens.
Yeah, exactly. The keys, I guess.
So you can't just play with the little box of cards, or
Well, I mean, they did. That's what they announced it when they did it at Gen Con. They handed out those decks, not with the base game, but yes.
There's no rules in those boxes, unfortunately. And you also need some components. You need amber, AEMBR, however you pronounce that, amber. And you need keys, right? Because you're forging 3 keys, and those don't come in the box. So you need something to keep track of that. The box does come with cool cardboard keys. It doesn't come with counters, as I recall, though. So it's like... Although I'm not remembering if they come. I bought counters from BGG Con when I bought the 2 decks because I knew I needed those amber trackers. But it's really solid, collectible, non-collectible card game, I guess, because you can't really form your own deck. You just buy the deck and play with the cards you get. It's kind of unique. And if you don't like that deck, you just toss it or give it to somebody else and just buy a new one. So you don't customize, right? You don't make your own, you don't mix the cards.
Yeah, you have a deck.
Decks. Yeah.
And hope for the best. And a little bit of acquisition news, not involved with Asmodee. Hachette France is trying to in talks to buy Gigamic. I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly. I know that no matter how you pronounce it, it's fun, but that's pretty interesting. So they're Hachette is a big publisher. I don't know the relationship with the United States. Does that mean that there'll be better distribution of those games in the States? That would be fantastic. But interesting that a publisher is buying a board game company. We'll see how that goes. I mean, Ravensburger and Cosmos have plenty of their fingers in all kinds of different stuff in Germany. It's not just board games or puzzles, as in the case with Ravensburger. I mean, I know I know Scott's a big fan of Gravitrax. I've only played with it 3 times so far, but I'm dying to play with it more. And I guess there's an app, Scott, to use that one. I'm all of a sudden went on a tangent. I'm dying to fiddle with that.
Yeah, we're on a tangent with Gravitrax, but yeah, so it's a toy. It's a what do they call it? A STEM toy, which promotes engineering and math and all those things. But it's a construction kit where you put plastic pieces together and roll steel marbles down the track, and they can do all kinds of fun stuff. Like they have like a magnetic hammer and a catapult and a bouncy trampolines. And so if you've always wanted to make your marble race game, which Lincoln and I did the other night.
Yeah, we actually at BGG Con, Scott and I we're trying to race 2 marbles and do these convoluted tracks that weren't necessarily even to see if they would cross the finish line in similar times. So that was actually the goal, was to get the 2 marbles to basically cross as close as possible. And it was really actually a lot of fun. It's a really, really nice system with tons of expansions, expansion modules already. There's a pretty good amount of fun in the base box, and they're slowly coming to the United States, but it's really cool. It's funny, they do have these big boards that look just like Ravensburger stuff, where I guess it's like a system to help lock it in place, but most people don't even use those cardboard, probably because they're warped. I don't know. I haven't seen anybody using them in the videos.
It looks really cool. It's something I would totally want to play with.
Well, we started up a Facebook group, so if you search for Gravitrax fans on Facebook, join it, and you can check it out.
I will do that.
Yeah, it's sort of, it was a weird way to just collect videos for Gravitrax, but then it's like all these people joined it, and most of them are not English speakers, so it's kind of interesting. Cool. So moving on to Kickstarter, we have one. Steph, you wanted to talk about?
The one that piqued my interest was The City. It's a remake or
it's a reissue.
Printing.
Right? Yeah.
It's a reissue. Yeah. And so I played that a long time ago, and I just remember it's like a card tableau. You're kind of building up your city, and I haven't played in so long, so I actually don't really remember all that much. But it's like, oh yeah, we love Tom Lehman, of course, so we gotta support this.
Yeah, it's from Griffin Eagle Games.
Yes. So have you guys played it recently or remember it?
I never played The City. I was in talks with Tom actually about trying to get it printed here in America, but I never did actually get to play it, unfortunately. Yeah, but it's kind of sort of a mini Race for the Galaxy, right? Like you're building cars. It's not. I definitely don't want to put it in that category. I don't think it's exactly like that. But
it's definitely easier than Race. It's more inviting, in my opinion.
Accessible, more accessible.
So it's fresh, inviting.
Inviting being, for me, Race is just so, like, in your face with the rules and trying to figure out it's all bend over backwards for me. And that was never one that I could really grasp like that. So this one is a lot more, easier for new gamers to grasp is what I'm trying to get at, I guess.
Yeah, it looks 30 minutes is the listed time. It's currently at $15,000 raised for 378 backers, so a little room to grow there. So if you're checking out a different kind of Tom Lehman card game, and Tom Lehman's so hot right now, he's got the
New Frontiers
board game,
yep.
New Frontiers, and
the new expansion for Roll for the Galaxy.
Yeah, the Roll for the Galaxy.
That looks really great.
Very expensive expansion.
Beefy.
$80 expansion.
But it's really 3 expansions.
Of course. But it's still insane.
Pack them all together.
It probably weighs a ton.
Absolutely.
That's when I need to get back to the table. Roll for the Galaxy. And I need to play the new one, New Frontiers. So Tom Lehman's so hot.
He's hot. The other really interesting one that's actually doing very, very well is Jordan Draper's Tokyo Series games. He's got 3 new Tokyo Series games. The Tokyo Laundry. I don't know if that's exactly the name. He's got Tokyo Game Show.
The market one?
Yeah.
There's a marketplace
one. I believe
one.
that's correct. And then he's also got 3 games from other designers, from Japanese publishers, one of which we talked about recently, Match Me. I think we might have called it Color Me, but it's Match Me. It's from Colin. So that's one of the games you can get for about $20 in that Kickstarter. And so now I've got this... I have Tokyo Metro, and I wanted the other one with the little bottle. I mean, I want all of them. But I really don't want. I do not know how to pronounce that.
I know.
But it's fantastic. The whole idea is really cool. I don't know how fantastic it is in execution, but it sure made a lot of sense when I got the demonstration last May, and they look great. Plus the redos of the 3 games look really, really cool.
Isn't one of them one that you really like called Match Me?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That one was Match Me. Yeah, it's fantastic.
So I'm really excited about that.
And I think that's actually coming out, not that version, because it's called Colorful in that version.
Yeah, they changed the name.
Yeah, it's coming...
Which is a better name for me,
of course. It's coming out in the States, I believe, as well from a publisher. We've not heard exactly... the full story yet on that, but hopefully that's true. Because it'd be nice. It's a really, really fun, quick game that I dragged Scott to play at BGG Con away from another game. I'm like, you've got to play this. It's 5 minutes. And he wanted to play longer, but he's like, I got to go. But it's really cool.
Yeah, I interrupted a game to play another game. That's hardcore.
Yeah.
But Match Me or Color Me or Colorful.
Yeah, it's already like
really great.
$160,000. It's doing very, very well. But if you want to get a chance, it's, they're limited production, and I know that they do reprint, and it's just not super easy to get all those games, so you might want to consider checking that one out. It's really, really interesting.
Yeah, and he does really quality work,
and
too.
There are
in a small box.
Exactly, a lot of game in a tiny little box. Import-Export was another example of that. Tokyo Metro's a lot of game inside of a tiny box.
A lot of game in that box, yeah.
Well, $250 will get you the entire Tokyo Series collection. I don't believe Import-Export is part of that.
I know, but it will get you those other 3 games, too.
It'll get you the original 3. And then these new 3 and the 3 designer games.
Yeah.
So that's 9 games all in one box. Or all in one package, I should say.
That'll keep you busy for a while.
Absolutely.
That'll keep you busy. At least Colorful will keep you busy.
Oh my gosh. I could keep playing that. I wish I had a copy.
It's the only one I played.
It's so cool.
Yeah, we all want it.
The one with the little bottles has 32 games inside.
Yes.
So
okay.
And there's all kinds of intermingling with all that stuff. So it's really great.
It's a cool little box with the little pieces. I wish I could pronounce it. It's like
GD. I don't know. It's got like a vending machine and little bottles and the little crates for the bottles. Which, I mean, that alone is worth buying the game. I don't know about the rest. And the Tokyo Laundry has little washing machines, so they look fantastic.
They're really cute.
They've got colored plastic with clear plastic windows for their front loaders. They're really, really cool.
Yeah.
Sold.
Yeah, I know, exactly. It's ridiculous. I just want those. I don't know. I'm silly.
That's the collectoritis coming through.
I know.
Yes.
I'm trying to resist. I'm terrible.
Well, you also get cool metal coins, too, and who can pass up cool metal coins, right?
That's right.
Do they fit in the little washing machine?
Yes, you actually use them to do the laundry.
Oh my god.
Why is this not in my collection right now?
Stretch goal.
I'm just looking at the Kickstarter. There's a cool guy standee. He's standing there with like a leather jacket, like, yeah, and a watermelon die. So I don't know what that's all about. But there's some fun stuff on there. Kickstarter, Tokyo series by Jordan Draper, and act quick. I don't know. By the time this comes out, this Kickstarter might be over. But
yeah, I hope I'm not steering people to the thing too late.
So that wraps up another episode of the Board Game Geek Show. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you to my lovely co-hosts, Steph Hodge, Chaz Marler, and Lincoln Damerst. I'm Scott Alden.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
See you later.